My sister's actions have disrupted my life due to our parents' favoritism. Ever since I can remember, my sister and I, who is 2 years older than me, have been competing. When I was born, my parents were overjoyed because they had experienced a miscarriage before, so they focused a lot of attention on me. I want to make it clear that I never felt happy about this situation. I knew it wasn't fair to my sister. Despite that, I tried to bond with her while we were growing up because I thought she was really cool. However, she always seemed uninterested, which led to my parents scolding her for hurting my feelings. This only made her resent me even more. When I turned 15, I stopped trying to connect with my sister altogether. My parents didn't push us to be friends either. They kept showering attention on me, which annoyed me because who wants constant coddling and surveillance? Anyway, things went fine for me, and I eventually got into a good college. My parents offered to cover all my expenses: food, rent, school supplies, everything, because I wanted to move out. I wanted to be independent, so I said no. But when my sister found out, she was understandably upset. They had refused to pay for anything for her, telling her she needed to learn responsibility by paying her own way. She exploded at our parents, but mostly at me, accusing me of stealing all the attention from them throughout our lives and making her miserable. I tried to explain that I agreed our parents weren't great and that she deserved better, but she told me to be quiet and that she didn't need my sympathy. Our parents forced her to apologize and threatened to cut contact if she didn't. While I think she was too harsh, I understand how frustrated she must have felt all her life, so I don't blame her. Since she didn't have much support other than them, she sent me a long apology text and tried to make amends. It was clear she only did it because she was forced to. During my first few months of college, I met a guy named John, and we started dating. Everything just clicked between us. At my 20th birthday party, I introduced him to my family, and it seemed to go well. I usually kept my family and John separate because my parents were always nosy and my sister seemed judgmental when I brought someone over. But this time, she was unusually friendly. Looking back, my sister was a bit too touchy with him, but I thought she was just trying to mend our relationship further. After I graduated, John proposed, and I happily said yes, deeply in love. We planned to have a wedding once we both had good-paying jobs, and everything seemed perfect between us. Fast forward to 3 weeks ago, I received the most heart-wrenching message of my life. It was from my sister, telling me she was pregnant, and the father was John. She sent screenshots of messages and explicit images between them, where they confessed their love for each other multiple times. This affair had been going on for most of the time we'd been together. I cried uncontrollably at the betrayal. I asked her how she could do this to me, and she callously replied, "Now you know how it feels to have your whole life ripped away from you. He loves me more, and I'll make sure he leaves your sorry ass for me and our baby. They'll cry to our parents and see if I care." Then she blocked me before I could respond, but I managed to screenshot a lot of it. When John came home from work and saw me crying, he begged to know what was wrong and tried to comfort me. But I exploded with anger and kicked him out. It's my apartment that we share. He admitted to the affair over text, saying he loved me but also loved my sister and had to be there for his child. So he called off the engagement. His brother came and took all his stuff, and John hasn't even given me an apology for any of this. I've been crying nonstop for about a month now, and all I can think about is how badly I want to confront my sister. But I know if I did, I'd end up in jail, especially since she's pregnant. I used to admire her so much, and just when things seemed to be getting better, she betrayed me. And for what? For the love and attention from our parents that I never even wanted. I barely even like my parents because of how they treated us, but somehow I'm the bad guy here? It's ridiculous. You'd think someone pushing 30 would seek therapy or at least talk to me about their feelings instead of ruining my life. I can't even bring myself to feel sorry for her anymore. I just want to disappear forever. I've had some really scary thoughts, but I've been staying locked in my room all day since I work from home, and it's helped calm me down a bit in the last few days. My sister sometimes unblocks me just to show off that John chose her instead of me. She sends pictures of them together and her baby bump, trying to make me feel bad. I blocked her to stop her from bothering me. It's ridiculous that she's acting so childish when she's a grown woman. I feel sorry for their baby because John cheated on me for so long, but I don't feel sorry for my sister at all. I haven't told my parents yet, and I don't know how to. They would definitely support me, but they're not good people, so I don't want their support. I haven't told my friends, and I don't have a therapist to talk to. I want to tell someone, but I feel so embarrassed that I can't bring myself to do much besides cry and focus on work. I imagine growing old with John and having my sister as a bridesmaid. I really thought we had worked through our issues, but now they're together and I'm left on my own. It's incredibly humiliating, but I need to talk to someone about it. Story 2. Losing my family. Accused of hiding my sister's abusive relationship with my ex-husband. I don't want to go into all the details because it's long, boring, and still painful. But I met my ex-boyfriend 4 years ago, and I was deeply in love with him. We were happily together for 2 years until I caught him kissing my sister at Christmas. It broke my heart. He apologized, but I didn't want anything to do with him anymore. 3 months later, my sister and he were expecting their first child. Now they're married with 2 children. My family forgave them eventually, especially when children came into the picture. I kept my distance but met them occasionally at family gatherings. I still feel hurt by my sister, but other than that, I'm okay. Last weekend, my mom asked me to come home for something urgent, and my dad was there too. They told me they were disappointed in me for not being honest about my ex being abusive. I was shocked. My mom said he's very abusive to my sister. Then my sister came in, and I saw her bruised face and cut lip. I was shocked and couldn't say anything except that I never knew. My sister got very upset and started yelling at me, asking why I thought I was better than her, as if he didn't hurt me because I was somehow superior. I said no, but I kept swearing that I didn't know, and that he must have hidden his true nature. My mom told me to leave and said she was very disappointed in me. I've been crying every day, unable to shake the memory of my sister's bruised face. I just can't understand why this happened to her. He was always so kind and gentle with me, but I can't explain why he was different with her. I don't know how people like him operate. According to my sister, if he's abusive once, he's always abusive. I have no experience with people like that, so I couldn't answer her. He's been abusive to her from the start of their relationship. After I calmed down, I texted my mother because she wasn't picking up my calls. I told her that my sister was right, and abusive people are just that way. But maybe the circumstances are different. My sister is younger. I knew that some men show their true colors after marriage or after having children. My relationship with him wasn't the same. I tried to explain everything, but it only seemed to make my mother more upset. She texted me back, calling me a liar for hiding the truth instead of warning my sister. She asked if I thought I was better than my sister because I wasn't abused by the same man. I was shocked. How could it be about being a better woman? I couldn't believe what I was reading. I told her she was disgusting for saying something like that. But now nobody in my family is talking to me, not even my father, whom I used to talk to every day. I don't know what to do or how to help. I feel so guilty. Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I apologize for going silent after my last post. I wrote it late at night and fell asleep afterward. When I logged in the next day, the post was locked, and I couldn't respond to any of you. I want to express my gratitude for the attention and support you've shown me. It means a lot, especially during this lonely time. I've read all your comments and tried to respond to as many DMs as I could. I'm sorry if I couldn't get back to everyone. It seems like cutting all contact with my family is the most common advice I've received, and you're probably right. It's time for me to move on. While I never fully forgave my family for accepting my sister's betrayal, I understood their desire to be involved in their grandchildren's lives. I wouldn't want the kids to miss out on the love of grandparents because of this situation. However, that doesn't mean I have to like or accept their forgiveness. Losing my sister was tough, and I didn't want to lose the rest of the family. I've kept my distance, but I'm still close to my brother, who I didn't mention in my original post. He's been a source of support for me. Many of you also asked about why my family didn't see my sister's husband cheating with my own sister as a red flag. This was the first thing I asked my mom, but her answer was very disappointing, so I didn't include it in my original post. She just brushed it off, telling me to get over it and let go of my grudge. I felt guilty because I only spoke positively about him before introducing him to my family. I talked about his kindness and generosity. He treated me exceptionally well, and his family welcomed me warmly. He made me feel like a queen, and we shared dreams about our future together, the places we'd visit, and how he couldn't wait to spend his life with me. Maybe this was a red flag. I was genuinely happy with him, and that's all my sister heard me talk about since I met him. With everything I've been thinking about, I completely understood my sister's reluctance to believe me. She must have seen a different side of him, especially since she's in a vulnerable place right now. So I decided to be understanding and reach out to her again. I explained everything I wrote to my mom and shared it here. I also shared stories from other girls who went through similar experiences with abuse and how it started for them. My sister is 7 years younger than him, while I'm only 11 months younger. I didn't live with him, didn't have children with him, and didn't rely on him for support since I didn't need to stay at home to raise children. In total, I sent about 30 Instagram DMs explaining. After 3 hours, my sister replied with a very short message accusing me of sleeping with him and then blocked me. Surprisingly, I didn't even cry this time. Today, my brother wanted to talk to me. After work, he came over and shared some troubling news. He said that my sister had sent everything I wrote to her to the rest of the family, and she was furious. My parents are also upset with me for upsetting her even more. My brother advised me to cut my losses and keep a low profile. You can't help her because she just wants to blame her misery on somebody, he said. According to what my brother gathered from my mom and sister, her husband has been violent with her since she refused to terminate her first pregnancy. So the abuse started just a few months into their relationship. My sister became increasingly paranoid over time, fearing that her husband would cheat on her with me or others. This was the reason she always disproportionately hated me. Yes, she hated me, because she believed I might try to get back at her by taking him back, since I was still single and hadn't moved on. The situation worsened because she kept asking him why he was kinder to me, and he told her it was because I wasn't a cheap whore like her, which made her think we still had contact. She also found his secret Instagram account, where he followed some girls, including me. It was incredibly painful to hear all of this, but as my brother said, there's nothing I can do. My sister refuses to leave her abusive husband, despite our parents urging her to and offering to take care of her and her children. I'm heartbroken for her, but I don't think there's anything I can do to change her mind. After considering everything, I've decided to cut my family out of my life. It's a difficult decision, but it's what I feel is best for my own well-being. Comment 1. I actually have already been very low contact with my sister. I have only seen her a few times, like my cousin's wedding and family gatherings. Never met her in private. She eloped, so there was no wedding. I wasn't gonna attend. And I never went to her baby showers or anything. I have never texted her privately. I only have her on a group's iMessage with mom, dad, and lil bro. But now I'm going no contact with mom and dad too. I need a break. Comment 2. I'm almost 100% sure that he would have become abusive towards me too eventually, and that's what I tried to explain to my family, and I can't help but try to think back on our relationship, trying to remember what red flags I've missed. Comment 3. After the shock and the heartbreak, I felt lucky, but now, knowing how he is treating my sister, I wish he chose someone else to cheat on me with.